ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shits. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another later, better than never review. Even though I'm not really that late with this one, we are looking at the Mezco Toys 112 Collective Morbius. I really wanted to pick this up. I think Mezco really knows how to vampire, and it's gonna look pretty good, I think. I don't know, I've seen some pictures. The packaging right here has a spot varnished Morbius right there written, and then on the side you can see some nice artwork of Morbius, and then on the back you can see some product shots over there. You get the accessories, and then you can see Morbius on this side. It says 112 Collective on the top, not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Mezco toys, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Morbius out of the packaging, looking really good. I do like how their design came out with this figure. Very fun to pose around, too. I do like the briefcase accessory. That is very, very cool, so I do want to take a look at that. We also get some other great accessories for the figure as well. But yeah, let's get a closer look at that suitcase, and then we'll take a closer look at Morbius. So Mezco flight stands are far from my least favorite stands, but they're definitely not my favorite. You get the Ziploc bag right there. You get the same translucent clamp stand with the 3 different hinges, and then you get this stand right here looking pretty sweet, or that's the base. I like it. It reminds me of the Blade logo too, right? I'm not sure, but you get a whole bunch of hands over here. A gripe I do have is that I wish we'd gotten an even set of gripping hands and gun holding hands. So you only get a set of fisted hands, an even set of these relaxed claw hands, and then these more aggressive clawing hands. And I really like how these hands came out. They have this fine little detail with the blue paint over the veins, and I think that looks so sick, man. And I love that it's a very soft material too, and all the nails are painted. The detailed sculpt right here looks fantastic on all of these. I think they just crushed it. Ooh, sorry, my nail looks all gross, but yeah, that looks really, really cool. I'm really happy with that. Just wish we got, you know, the clawed or grabby hand right here for each side. We get a whole ton of other accessories over here with this suitcase, or is it a trunk? I don't know. But when you get this, it seems like there's a lot less than there actually is, because there's just a bunch of stuff stuffed inside here. But you do get this really cool looking gun, which has some nice gunmetal gray in there, and you could port in effects if you want to. I really do like it. And we'll just go ahead and put this in the suitcase right there. And all these bullets and vials right here, those are not removable. You also get this dagger, which looks great with that gunmetal gray. Really love that gunmetal gray, man. The red looks really good on it as well. And sometimes it's a little tricky picking some of these out. If you have a dull X-Acto knife, that is what I used. I don't recommend using an X-Acto knife on all of these, but I did get it done that way. I don't think I would have done that if my blade wasn't dulled and used quite a bit. But yeah, this hammer looks pretty cool. I don't remember him using a hammer for anything, but whatever. Cool. Another accessory you can just toss in there. And then you get these 2 stakes, each painted very well, and you have some nice red paint on there. They are not the same stakes that we got on Blade. As you can see, Blade has his own stakes, and yeah, Morbius gets his own stakes, and you can just go ahead and put these 2 inside. Looks pretty good. I like that. And then you get this tray that sits on top of it, which is one of my favorite pieces. Now, only 2 parts come out of here. You have this analyzer right there, which that little black speck, I don't know if that was for me or if it came that way. I can't remember. But aside from that little black speck on it, I think it looks pretty good. I like it. But one of my favorite accessories here is this collapsible microscope, and I think this is just so awesome. I love transforming things, and yeah, basically, you know, you tab in there when you're putting it together, then this folds in here, and then I'm pretty sure I'm doing this the right way, folding it up like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that right. You can see how that grooves in for that. So that's pretty sweet. You just set that in there, and that'll sit right on top of this right over here. Then we also get this other very cool tray. It only comes with 2 pieces that come out of it, but you get a beaker right here, or is this the beaker? And this is the flask. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched Breaking Bad. That's where I learned all my science from, was just Breaking Bad. I don't have any kind of formal education, just watched Breaking Bad. Okay, anyway, you can see that you have a little compartment right here at the bottom. It does come with a battery, so you can go ahead and store the battery in right there. So you can see how I have it stored. And we have a little switch up top right here, which is really tricky to get to. And you just flip that switch and you'll see this start to spiral around, and then it'll light up over here too. And I just think that's really cool how that works. Very, very cool function. You can see it should light up in about, yep, there that goes. And I had a lot of fun taking pictures of the Morbius figure with this accessory. You could also flip up the screen right over here, so that's pretty dope. I did have a tough time getting this out of the case. It could get a little stiff in there sometimes with this in particular. What I recommend doing is grabbing this by the Deadpool symbol and just pinch on top and bottom of those sides right there. So you're going to pinch right there, and then it comes right out. So it's supposed to look like that when it's all collapsed, and now it snaps shut, kind of. It's not snapping shut, but it is closed. It has a big old M right there for Morbius. Then we get the 3 Morbius head sculpts, which I wish they had a little bit of that blue paint on there. Now you can see those eyes are reflecting light really nicely. That is so freaking cool. Now, it's not painted on there. There's no light reflected painted, but if you have your lights set up just right, it looks like those are pupils, and I just think that is so freaking cool. I wish there was a little bit more paint on the face. I don't know. Just a little bit of something to bring out that nice sculpt, because there's a lot of nice line work on here, and I just wish the sculpt could make that pop a little bit more. I do like the dark gray around the eyes, though, and the paint on the hair looks really good. I like the relaxed hair sculpt right over here. That looks great. And then we have the slightly angrier Morbius right here. Look at those teeth. Oh, those look so good, man. Very, very much in love with how that head sculpt came out. I really like this one a lot. That's really good again with those eyes. The hair looks fantastic. This is probably my favorite head sculpt right here. You want to be careful to not accidentally pick at those teeth. That caught on my skin at one point, but damn, look at that, dude. Oh, that looks so sick. Yeah, very, very happy with these head sculpts. I also like how the angriest head sculpt has the most hair flailing around everywhere, so it just works well with him getting into flying poses and attack poses. Going back with that neutral face sculpt and looking at the rest of the figure, these little patterns right here look incredible. I really do like the Mezcofication. I think that's a robo word. Yeah, the Mezcofication is awesome on this. I really like this bloody, splattery kind of design that they have. Kind of reminds me of webs a little bit. And I really love the color choice for this fabric too. The cape looks really, really good. You have these patterns throughout on the whole thing, and it just looks awesome to me. It's kind of harder to see with the black backdrop right there. So I'm putting my hand over here. And then you could see, you know, the flesh tones look better without the black backdrop. So that looks really dope, man. Flesh tone looks really good over there too, even though I wish they added a little bit more blue to it, or maybe a gray color to the arms right over here. You know, it just kind of all, it just has one uniform color, and I just wish there was just a little bit more color in there. I really like the texturing on the skin, though. It looks realistic. You can see the ball peg sticking out over there. That's not really that great to look at. Here's the inside of the cape, and it does have a bendy wire in it, so I do like that. You can pose that around. You could also move the collar around a little bit too. So the collar is fairly flexible. I don't feel a bendy wire in it, but it's still somewhat posable. And then the rest of the figure, okay, I had to get that backdrop out of there because I just really wanted to look at this. I just think it looks really freaking awesome, man. Very scary, spooky looking and everything, and these boots are really cool too. So very, very pleased with the aesthetics of this figure. They did a fantastic job. There's the back of the figure, Morbius butt, Morbius boots, and he has peg holes at the bottom of the feet and some nice treads. So I must say, I like the articulation on this figure. We have the neck joint and the head joint right here. Whoop, that just popped right off. Due to the hair back there, he will only look up that far, and he can look down that much. You get side-to-side motion right here and head pivoting. Let's see, with this hair head, or the wider hair sculpt, I feel like I could get him to look up a little bit more. It's just tricky to tug. Yeah, he will look up a little bit more with this head sculpt right here. So this is your action head sculpt right there. But anyway, we're going through an articulation segment, so no more action. All right, we have the butterfly joint right over here. Shoulders will move up above the 90-degree mark. mark, and he can bend in all the way, move forward, back about 90 degrees, bicep swivel. Is it a bicep swivel in there? Yes, it is. And you get a double jointed elbow, looking really good. And then you have those pins and balls right here for the wrists. You can move them side to side or up and down. You have a diaphragm cut in there, diaphragm pivoting. He'll move forward a bit and back a bit. He has the same articulation at the waist, so you could crunch forward that much and back that much, and you have hips that move outward that far. Oh, of course, you could turn side to side at the waist a bit right there. I feel like I'm kind of expanding his suit a little as I'm doing this articulation segment. But anyway, the hips will move outward that far. I just found the stitching seam right here on the back. I didn't notice that earlier, but that's running up and all around right over there. But anyway, hips move outward that far. He will kick forward very far, at least 90 degrees, and back a little bit, upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. We have ankles that turn side to side. They move down. They move up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. Well, decent ankle pivot. Mezco's ankle pivot is fairly weak in my opinion, but it's still there. We do have ankle pivot. Now to measure out this 112 collective figure, you can see that Morbius is standing right at 6.5 inches tall. Right at 6.5 inches tall for a 112 scale figure. Look at that. And for a vampiric Mezco figure comparison, I had to bring out the Toy Fair exclusive Blade, and we have Nosferatu from Mezco. And this is my favorite Mezco figure. I freaking love this figure. Like, every time I pick this thing up, I'm just so happy with it. But anyway, going back to this one, you can see how he's shorter than Blade right over here. All three of these look awesome. And here's Mezco Morbius next to the Mezco Spider-Man, and we have Mezco's Doctor Strange, which is better than any other 112 scale Doctor Strange out there. I feel the same way with this Morbius. This is better than any other 112 scale Morbius that's out there. I can't say the same for the Spider-Man. I do have the new Spider-Man on the way though. My order is processing, so I can't wait for that one. This one does feel outdated. He's kind of sticky right here on the red sections, and joints are loose and stuff. So yeah, getting a new Mezco Spider-Man would be awesome. And here's the Mezco Morbius next to the Marvel Legends Morbius. This is the latest version that's come out. And while I do prefer this figure much more than the Legends version, this one does have some really cool looking light gray paint throughout on the chest, the face, on the arms. I wish we'd gotten that paint treatment right here with this figure. We have the blue on the veins, but that's just not enough. I wish it had more paint. And then here's the Mezco Morbius next to the Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, and they scale pretty well together. If you wanted to use this in your Marvel Legends display, you could. Then here's Morbius next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, Powder! Nice wig you got over there. Let me just try to grab... Ah! So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to pay it forward by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here, well, stay tuned. I got more reviews coming your way. You gotta hit that subscribe button as well. And as always, thank you very much for watching. And this figure is really cool, dude. I really like it a lot. It's not 100% perfect. Yes, I have little complaints here and there. I think the biggest complaint over anything is that I wish it did have that gray paint over those forearms and the head and chest. It could have used a little bit more paint. That's my only gripe. Aside from that, oh, and the even set of grabbing hands and gun holding hands. I wish he had an even set of hands as well. So there's that. So I do have my complaints, but still, it's a cool figure. I really like the 3 head sculpts. Like, I really do like each one, but I prefer the most exaggerated version with the big mouth open and everything. I like that one the most, but I still really like the other 2. I really love how the suit came out. I like the articulation on the figure. I like how the cape came out. Man, it's a good looking piece. I'm very pleased with this thing. I don't know what else to tell you, man. It's not 100% perfect, but it is a great Morbius figure for sure. At the price point of around $90, if I can remember correctly, I'm going to give this Morbius a Sun rating of...
I love it!
And I'd like to know what you guys think. I also really liked the accessories with this figure too. I love how compact everything goes into that suitcase. That's just freaking awesome. So, really love the figure. Want to know what you think. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.